continuing on with what you were saying. So we need apparently how can we convince the people economically to keep our money invested in each other?
Well, um,
And how do we get people to realize that if they want to make this city vibrant, that how can we get these people to realize that like owning things is cool?
results. Again, be the martyr for what you believe. Uh, Von Doom, Reverse J, on everything I love. Nuke B, Ariel. You know what I mean? Monty, Sydney, Briata. You gotta be the martyrs for. You gotta be able to take the hate. The Mansfield Cipher. Nobody had ever seen anything like that before in Mansfield. You know what I mean? You're gonna have to take the hits. That's all that was. You're gonna have to. You know what I mean?
It was all right.
It was alright. You know what I mean? But I mean, that's just a part of it. You're going the right way. You know what I mean? You're going the right way because initially, what humans don't understand, they don't
They
like.
don't like it. They denounce it.
Initially, if it's not what they thought it should have been, it could have been genius work. That's why people hated Yeezus when it first came out. It's a classic to people now. You get what I'm saying? Is you know what I mean? That's what timeless music is. You know, I don't create music. I don't create content for the time. I create it forever. You know what I mean? But it'll grow on people. That's just a part. That's just what we signed up for. Being you know what I mean, putting yourself on the cross for your truth.
Right.
Being crucified for what you believe, the world you believe in.
Right.
Going out there and being like, okay, I went through this, but I can turn this around and give it to my son,
Right.
or give it to someone else's son. You know what I mean? So that's where we are. But it's a good direction, and more people are. I think it balances out. We get a lot of hate. The people that are the mobilized people, as I like to call them in Mansfield, they get a lot of hate, but it's a lot of love. You may have to find it. One thing I like about Mansfield is that we have a lot of love within our community. And I'm from the North End, man. And you know, my talk, everything. I'm from the North End. My memories. But I mean, I you know, I love the South Side. I love what they doing. Young Ma, you know what I mean? I love what all them guys doing. I love everyone that's getting up and doing something, man.
Right.
Get up and do something, no matter where you at. We all in the mud, homie.
So
Let's all grip arms and get out of here.
I got a question.
Yes,
So
sir.
you were talking about love and hate. I understand love turning in like the love can turn into energy, which can turn into action, and it can make more prosperous things. But what happens if the hate turns into energy and then it turns into action? What are we gonna do about those people that bring dangerous action to the city?
Don't resist them. Just keep moving. See, that's not something that you can avoid. That's what is a part. You can't get muscles naturally without going through the pain of working out. You cannot. So you just, Jesus said, don't resist evil. That's what he's like, do not, because once you resist it, it's like Donald Trump, when Donald Trump first came out, you know, when the Ku Klux Klan and people were rallying and that terrible thing happened in Virginia, when a young lady was murdered. They wanted him to denounce it, and he said no. And I mean, he didn't denounce it. And I understand. It's like, dude, once I acknowledged them, I had not previously said anything about them, and because of who they are, once I announced them, now they're in my world. So I've created skeptics that weren't there. That's why you hear Jay-Z, you hear Drake diss me, you never hear a reply to it. Right. I won't entertain it, man. I'd rather believe that no one hates me.
Right.
Why can't I believe that? What do I gain out of you'll never shut up all the haters?
Right.
That's impossible, man. Beyonce got haters. Beyonce, there's no hope for you if Beyonce got haters. Martin Luther King, man, it's Jesus. And you hear that oh they talked about Jesus. But seriously, that's what humans do. You have to understand human nature as just that and quit trying to change it.
Well, I was specifically talking about like criminals. But
Criminals?
yeah,
I wouldn't know anything about criminals, Von.
Oh, okay. Well,
No.
you skip that. But
No. What are you asking me?
no, I was talking about what do we do about criminals?
You mean as far as?
As like, what if we're trying to do something, but then you have people that's out here trying to like ruin that by like, I don't know, stealing or robbing or shooting or this.
Yeah.
that.
I don't know if anyone is that we grew up around is necessarily criminals. I think people who frequently engage in criminal activity, but they are creatures of God who can be reasoned with. And again, it's just the opportunity, man. It's just show them something. It's like, okay, man, if we're having an interview and they're that pulverizing that we have to mention them, then show them how they can also benefit from this, man. A lot of dudes don't know that, man. This is when I tell people that, like, man, people stop me all the time. I love what you guys are doing, and it's like, man, this is ours.
Right.
This is ours. So I think once they understand that, and they've been made to understand that, and it's like, hey, man, this is about you. Don't do this to yourself.
Right.
You know what I mean? This is yours. This is something you could come. You ain't got nothing to do. We got. If you're a female, we got whatever you got. We got people coming from Marion. We got people coming from all over for hair shows and for battle rap leagues and for pool parties and for phone parties. And why would you want to mess that up, brother? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And then obviously we do have there are brothers, James, Andrew. We do have security. We do have there are proper measures to be taken care of. But I think all in all, to be a positive event, I don't think guys will come out like that.
Okay.
Whatever we do.
Okay, no doubt.
I'd like to think that.
Well, so I don't know. Did we cover everything?
We had never cover everything, brother. But if you want to wrap up,
but
if you want to talk, I'm out here, man. That's what
man.
I do. It's you know what I mean. It's time for the. Are we still going?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's just time for the. Like you said, man, it's just time for the movement, for the action to match up with the imagination. I think people would be surprised at what they're capable of, or what's already out there in front of them for them to seize. The world is yours. That's what Nas was saying.
I think I'm not gonna lie to you. I really think you're on the same page, at least with me as well, because I feel like I don't know what it is. I just have a vibe. I've always had this vibe, but since I don't know, it's for a while now. But I think this is a time, at least for here, for visionaries, for motivators, for believers and doers.
Influencers, yes sir.
And I think like people like you and I are going to make a lot of important moves for the city. And I think it's going to get to the point where it gets really big, to where that we make things prosperous, and it gets to the point where everything is so prosperous, nobody has to struggle.
Yeah.
And with nobody struggling, there's no danger. Everyone's happy. I'm of course not everyone's going to be happy, but I think there's going to be a point in time. It may not be now. It may be 2 or 3 years from now, but I'm pretty sure that that we're gonna see a lot of amazing things happening.
Yeah, it's see you when I was talking about earlier as far as the future, and I agree with everything you said. The thing about the future is that it does not. Again, it's like it's now. So what happens is there are certain individuals when the wave comes, right? It's like there's a million people in the ocean, and when a wave comes, there are certain people who get hit with it first, and they're like, and people are watching them like, what the hell is, you know what I mean? It's like on this huge wave, and then more people get on the wave, and then more people, you know what I mean? And it's scary to some, but so what happens is the wave we're on. That individuals, that mobilizers, that rappers, and that broadcasters, sports analysts, sports stars, the people that are prospering from our city, the wave that we're on, we've got it early. You know what I mean? So right now it just kind of seems like, people are kind of like, some people are with it, some people are like, what's going on, or who do they think they are? It's all a part of the wave.
So are you saying it's just a matter of time until people catch on?
It's inevitable, because we've. Just like hip hop, it's like when you know what I mean, the hip, the hop, the hibbit. From that moment, this was inevitable. What hip hop is today was inevitable. There was nothing that could stop it. They tried to poison our culture so many times.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? It was inevitable. So whatever this, when I watch these old hip hop documentaries, they didn't even know what to call it. And your parents go, you listen to that hippity hop. and they were just like, all right. But it's just when the universe said go,
Yeah.
they all start hearing it. And it's okay. You add this in there. You start scratching. Hey man, you put faster on through.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So whatever we're doing, you know what I mean. But you know,
I like that. Whatever,
yes sir.
What we're doing is inevitable.
They'll call it. The name has been written. Maybe we don't know it yet. What this era will be named.
No
You know what I
doubt.
mean?
I feel you.
Like you have the Roaring '20s, you have the Black Renaissance. I think just black people nationwide we're having a renaissance, and I think it's obvious. And I think we've had ones before. And some people jumped on the wave and got carried out to prosperity. And some people sitting in the middle of the street like, where the hell did anyone go?
Right.
That's why in the Bible they speak about the rapture. It said it would be two, go to sleep and one to wake up and one to be gone, the other one to be, you know what I mean? It's kind of like, and that's why, and what the Bible said, that was referring to you losing friends. Your day ones is like, I'm getting this, man. If you're not seeing it, homie, it's kind of hard to, how can two walk together unless they agree? You know what I mean? And that's what that's speaking about. So the wave, you know what I mean? And you create the wave. You are creating a wave. That's what Quavo was saying on that commercial. He said, we are the wave. You are not, stop looking. We don't look at what's cool. Like Larry Bird ain't selling no tennis shoes, homie. Neither is Yao Ming. You get what I'm saying? Those are Hall of Fame, great, just as good as anybody.
Right.
I didn't mean it like that. I'm just speaking what's real. You understand what I'm saying? So I think people in Mansfield are friendly. Mark Twain, Samuel Clemens, also known as Mark Twain, better known as Mark Twain rather. He had a joke that I used to love. That's one of my influences. And he said, if the world ended, I'd just stay in Kentucky because everything hits there 20 years later. And that's kind of how I feel about our town. It's like we're hitting it. It's like, man, we've been seeing it coming. And we're like, man, are you seeing this? And we've kind of been linking up. And now it's hit us. And now it's like it's so many people doing things and there's so much going on. And people are calling people like, hey, I got this. Can you host this for me? Can you do this? Can you be present for this? And it's like, if the money is going to come. Don't let money is going to come.
Right.
It's inevitable. Because what we're doing is creating without money. So you do not need it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you have to understand about that. Like you said, it's just for visionaries and networking, using I might not got $1 million, but I know how to get into this office and I know what can make your business better. Let me link you with this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Let me link you with this guy. That's what time it is. That's what time it is. Don't miss the wave. Don't miss the wave.
Okay.
Don't miss the wave.
Well, my battery's running out, so I think that's it.
Yeah, that's it, man. Reverse J.
Anything
Von Doom, man.
Last couple shout outs or anything? Or last word?
Just of course the team on everything I love. I love y'all. That's where the heart is. Home is where the heart is. Just shout out the entire city, man. The whole state of Ohio, but Mansfield most. Love you. Let's keep the wave going. Von Doom was a pleasure. This is the first of many, man. We got a lot of things coming, man.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get it, baby. Love.
No
Mansfield.
doubt.